Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
A Belle Fourche man has been identified in a deadly crash northeast of Phillip more than a week ago.
The Highway Patrol says 50-year-old Sheldon Mead was driving a pickup that collided with another pickup the morning of October 10th. Mead died at the scene. A 12-year-old boy and a 59-year-old man in Mead's pickup suffered serious injuries. South Dakota's Highway Patrol is investigating the crash. Multiple agencies responded to a camper fire in Dual County Sunday afternoon. Crews with the Gary and Clear Lake Fire Departments were called to the fire on Highway 22 just before 2 o'clock.
The Dual County Sheriff's Office says the fire started in the back of the pickup. It spread into the cab of the vehicle and the camper it was pulling. The Brookings County Sheriff's Office is sending out a warning to residents in Volga, South Dakota. They're asking residents to check the lug nuts on their vehicles before driving.
The Sheriff's Office says it has received multiple reports of people loosening lug nuts on cars in the Volga area. If you have any information on this, you are asked to call law enforcement.
Turning to weather, a beautiful start to the work week here, Brian, and may not stick around long.
Yeah, the days are numbered. In fact, today is probably the only day of widespread 70s, but tomorrow we'll find some warm weather still in the southeast. Let's take a look first of all at the wind that's going to be changing the weather. Today we're forecasting steady southerly winds, pretty much draped across the region. Aberdeen could be 20 to 35 this afternoon. Sioux Falls not far behind, so keep that in mind. Tomorrow, the change in the wind in western South Dakota will lead to significantly cooler weather. We're going to cut the highs probably about 30 degrees colder tomorrow in Rapid City, and the wind won't make it feel any better. And then on top of that, rain and snow coming into the Black Hills. We'll visit more about FUTURECAST coming up in just a moment.
Thank you, Brian. 121 Vietnam veterans traveled to Washington, D.C. on October 9th for a Midwest honor flight. KELOLAND's Carter Schmidt was along with them, and we interviewed them about their experiences. Being there with other Vietnam veterans made it even better for them.
Every time I see a vet with a Vietnam veteran hat on, I'll strike up a conversation with them and see where they were and where they served. It's always, it's good to talk to folks that experienced anything that you did.
You can read and watch this story right here on KELOLAND.com.
The first weekend of pheasant hunting season in South Dakota is in the books, and hunters now looking ahead to the rest of the season.
Some hunters, like Jason Fleming, were out practicing at Hunters Point Shooting Complex in Humboldt on Sunday, so they can make sure to bring home some real birds this season.
It's the enjoyment of watching the dogs work in the grass, and then just getting out in the elements, and that's the enjoyment of it.
The pheasant hunting season lasts through January 31st. That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, weather it is, and temperatures today into the 70s. Looking at this map here, we start off in the 40s and 50s this morning, but midday already close to 70 in Sioux Falls, 75 in Marshall, south winds as advertised. And then we're likely going to see, numbers here starting this evening in the 60s, but cooling down quite a bit in Rapid City. That's the first location to get the change in the weather. We have some showers dotting FUTURECAST, and there will be additional rain chances tomorrow as temperatures fall through the 40s. And then it could end up snowing there tomorrow night. Look at how this changes. Sioux Falls still around 70 in the afternoon tomorrow, but 8 o'clock in the evening, look at the blue here, that's all that snow into Wyoming and northwest Nebraska. This system's going to be a fairly compact system, a fairly narrow swath of precipitation, but it's going to come right across South Dakota into Wednesday. So Sioux Falls will get a good chance of rain on Wednesday. And the amounts we're still sorting through, but just kind of a bird's eye view here on some of these trends. We're noticing western half of South Dakota, a lot of 1 inch plus numbers. So we feel pretty good about that. East River, a little more variability. You'll notice Mitchell, for example, not necessarily a lot. Now these numbers will be changing as individual patches of rain develop, but let's right now keep in mind that East River, a little more scattered, but there will be rain, and western South Dakota, where the drought's been worse, probably gets the majority of the rain and The mention of snow, too. Philip, Pine Ridge could be included this time. So this system not nearly as strong with snow as the last one, but it may produce a coating of white, just something to keep in mind. 80 today in Pierre, your KELOLAND Live Doppler HD forecast, 76 Sioux Falls, 70 tomorrow in Sioux Falls, and then cooling into the upper 50s on Wednesday with rain. And it looks like that cooler weather really getting its act together Thursday, Friday. Could be looking at some frosty overnight lows, 30 degrees by Saturday morning. The biggest challenge there will be any periods of clouds that move through. It looks like Aberdeen stuck in the 40s Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's going to be cool down for a while. Not to say we're done with the 70s and, warmer weather, but it's definitely going to be on a pause as we have highs here in Pierre, also tumbling tomorrow, just close to 60. 53 Wednesday with rain likely, and with the rain showers and periods of snow, Rapid City stuck in the 40s through Wednesday, and then a slow recovery back to 60 degrees at the end of the week. Check out details with our Storm Center forecast here at KELOLAND.com.